Hello and welcome everyone to Vampyr. We are back here in Whitechapel where we just arrived. We are still looking for Nurse Crane, and first we have to find and talk to Darius Petrescu. Also have some side quests going on, but let's waste no time and get out. We just got to a little safe place here. We talked to a couple of people already, but we still have to explore the area a little bit more and see what we find. We also had the side quest from the hospital, but we will deliver that once we get there. I don't know if there is any fast travel or if I just have to run through the city. I'm sure sooner or later we will get back to the hospital anyway. But maybe there is a chance or a way to fast travel in between safe houses. Maybe I can check that out. If so, I could quickly deliver that side quest and return. So we have we're done with that for now. But we'll see. Okay. There's a rat. Let's eat some rats. Rats for breakfast. Breakfast. Nom nom nom. Now we're full blood. Let me have a look at the map. Maybe I can fast travel. Let's see. Hide out. Race marker. Doesn't seem like I can fast travel anywhere. No. Which is fine. I guess we get either we still have to unlock that, which could be, or maybe it's just not an option. Let's have a look at Whitechapel. So we met Loretta Swanborough. We are looking for Dorothy Crane. We met Benjamin Palmer and Albert Palmer. We don't have anything for migraine, but we do have a treatment for fatigue, so we could give that to Albert. Now, there is Darius Petrescu. So let's look around. This is where we came from last time. That direction. Your voice is inside. That might be Mr. Petrescu. Wanting to look around a little bit before we go inside. Here, baby. Well, let's see if we can talk to Darius.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. He has bronchitis. Can't go through there. Maybe I can look through the window that we saw. Can I do something there? Oh, there. There we go. There she is.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard
Oh, a
never
stray
got-
poet?
No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Okay, interesting. This is all getting a little bit suspicious.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius.
Let's do that.
Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the
going
game.
on
You
here?
pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can... Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis.
Barrett Lewis,
Usually
okay.
I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Okay, so he trades some stuff. Let's ask about his business.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Okay, interesting. Joe Peterson. Noticed anything out of the ordinary?
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap?
Yeah.
As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Is violence increasing?
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Okay, interesting. Have you been hurt?
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Okay. Personal questions. Nothing here. We could ask about Dorothy Crane.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane. So the bitch really is a nurse, then?
Oh, wow.
Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Okay, we have a racist here. She is an excellent nurse.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Ah, okay, I see. So I noticed that Nurse Crane, when we talked to her, that she had a slight accent. That explains it. I couldn't quite place the accent, so I didn't say anything, but that makes sense. So it probably is something, like if it is Cranio, that could be something like Romania, right?
Right then. Show me what you have.
So what do you have here? Aluminum powder, spring, grease, screw. Thing is, I don't quite remember what I need here. Common handle parts are pretty useful, I've seen, for the upgrades. Let's get one. I really don't know what to get here. Did I check out the prism thing? Some treatment. They don't really give much. I don't really know what is worth selling. I'd sell like 2 of these rings because I do need some money. Let's talk to this guy that he argued with.
Excuse me,
Lots of dialogues in this game, but I don't mind it. I mentioned it before. I really want to take my time.
I didn't answer the first one, so piss off.
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reid, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson.
He looks a little bit like Jason Statham.
And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Okay, let's check him out. What do you do around here?
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Okay. What's that about the lack of doctors?
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Beautiful. So, do you enjoy bullying people?
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle.
Have we heard of them before? Could have refused.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons. And that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Oh, interesting. They were friends once. Nothing here. Let's ask him about...
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a
Oh,
nice
he has
girl.
a more favorable
Tries to welcome
opinion of her.
I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Oh, interesting.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
That is interesting indeed. Okay. Are you the journalist?
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reid.
Dr. Reid, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Okay, so first, let's ask him some different questions before we get into the quest one. He is fatigued. We could give him... Maybe that might be worth it, right? Giving him the treatment for fatigue that we have. Let's talk to him first. No newspapers speak about the
Why are the newspapers
epidemic.
keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
Well, but people still need... Well, wait, what exactly... See, that is... Now I'm not sure. Is it... What does he now mean by it's a disgrace? It's a disgrace that they don't report about it? Because that is what I would want to say. Because, like... Yes, it is demoralizing, but people need to know about it. Especially, like, when we're talking about something like public safety or the flu. So,
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone. No one
Okay.
is properly informed of the risks.
These are bad times indeed. So much for the glorious British Empire.
not afraid of getting out at night?
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
Well, it's not a simple epidemic.
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My God, what happened to them?
What are you doing here after sunset?
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
You risk your life to reveal the truth?
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Okay. Is the public interested in it?
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Okay. Let's ask... Don't have any personal questions. So let's do a medical checkup.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
Give him...
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Recovering, that's good. Didn't unlock anything, right? No. So, about an underground medical dispensary.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
Well, the question is, do we want to be upfront with him and tell him that our nurse is compromised? Let's just say I care about public health.
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist.
He got us
Mr.
there.
Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
Okay, he's good at what he does, that's for sure. He has no relatives?
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nithercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nithercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself.
That is a
or
great
declaring
name, by the way,
verses.
Nithercott.
These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Okay. He never goes out?
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Okay. Anything else? Doesn't seem that way. That was
Goodbye,
helpful.
Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Nope, you're doing better with your fatigue. Oh, what is he doing?
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr.
Oh, boy.
Jonathan Reid.
We're
and I just
jumping
have a
straight
few
into Armageddon.
questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's talk to him.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me.
Right.
But what do I know? blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition.
Oh, so that ended that line. I would like to hear what he has to say, but I'm not sure if it negatively impacts anything. Yes, I am a man of science. Have you any family left?
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No.
Terrible times.
But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade?
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil.
This guy
while he
creeps me
walks
out.
through the valley of the shadow of death.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
The liberal idea of nurses.
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Oh my god. I can't with this dude.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member
Oh
of the
no!
communist
She's a
resistance
communist!
in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved.
Oh
in
boy. Communist! Communist Crane.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Now we know more about Comrade Crane. Okay, we have to find Richard Nethercott and we have to find the letter in the mailbox. But we also got a couple of side quests here. He is recovering. Where do I... Okay, so where's that exactly? Okay, that's pretty close. That's pretty far. I will keep that in mind, and we will be doing the trinket. Maybe follow that one. Oh, but how do I get there? Let me see. Oh, maybe I have to go down here. Yeah, it looks like it. I really like the atmosphere in the game. This late Victorian era London. As I mentioned before, like sometimes it does remind me a little bit of Bloodborne. What do we have here? Prism Exterminator. Oh boy. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if I still know how to fight.
Smells like rotten meat. One near another. Crush the leech, boy!
Did he call me leech? Let's just go.
Some of them! Killing's all you deserve!
Oh.
Let's pin him down! Watch out for the...
Oh, he has like some kind of gas. There's a doctor. Oh. Oof. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It's definitely worth leveling up. Just looking around before we continue. Blood samples. Uh-oh. Large beast. That ain't good. Ooh. Uh-oh. He's a strong one. Oh, it's like the sewer beast. Oh, I thought I was out of... Oh, is he eating? Oh, no! Oh, I was out of stamina. There we go. Have a nom nom. Ooh. That's a big boy. Cigarette case. Some shillings. Around some more. I know that I can jump up. I already saw that, but I'm going to check down here first. Can go even higher. Some ingredients, which is nice. Used hatchet. Might check that out in a second. I said that a few times with different weapons in it that I never... Oh, what? Ooh, where did they come from? Okay, let's check out the hatchet. I would assume that's a one-handed weapon. Okay, I think it costs more stamina to use. Then I wanted to compare this to the prison stake. Has more stun. Costs more stamina. Okay. Might as well check it, switch it out. For now, I'm pretty happy with my big club.
This could be the box Lewis thought he lost. There's a letter inside.
Oh, there's a letter? Can I look at the letter? Small box. There! Barrett! There's no easy way to say it, so I'm going to be blunt. We can't keep on like this. At least I can't keep on like this. If Joe ever finds out about us, about his wife and his best friend, it will crush him. Then he will kill you. We had some good time together, but let's face it. I'm never going to be your Jane Lewis. You know it, and I know it too. So I'm ending this. Right here and right now. If you agree with my decision, I'm sure we'll find a way to be happy again. You, Joe, and me in time. And then the most important part of our story will have been preserved. Until that day, I wish you forgive me. Goodbye for now, Jane Peterson.
A love letter from Joe Peterson's wife, addressed to Barrett Lewis. Who should I give it to, I wonder?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. It can be a... I don't know. Oh, come on. I wanted to drop attack. That didn't work out. He's dead. Uh-oh. I'm making so many mistakes. There we go. I was a little reckless there. There we go. Oof. Okay, now the question is, do we give it to Joe Peterson or Barrett Lewis? I don't know. I mean, I feel like we're not in the business of messing around with like personal issues like that. You know? And we don't know really what happened, so maybe there is a chance that she just broke up with him and they are trying to kind of renew the friendship and all of that. Maybe he already knows, though. That part I also don't know. Let's have a look at the map. How do I get there? I'm pressing always the wrong buttons. It's a little weird. Wait, how do I get there? I don't get this part of town. I think the easiest way is to just go back the way I came. Right? Okay. So, this is tough. But I think I will give the letter back to Lewis.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be
Fancy
afraid.
buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
This box may belong to you.
I found this box in an abandoned building nearby. I believe it belongs to you.
Let's have a look. Yeah, this is mine. So, you faced those loons that roam around there. Extraordinary.
I suppose I was lucky.
Luck is a commodity round here. Yours should be properly rewarded.
About this package, it's not just tools and trinkets, is it?
I want to be rude or anything after your kind gesture, but it's none of your business.
Okay. Personal question. Joe was a friend of yours?
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What is Joe's story?
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Morning is never easy.
It's never easy to find a new path in life, especially after the loss of a loved one. But crime is certainly not the best option.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
You had an affair with Joe's wife?
Barrett, you had an affair with Joe's wife, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. She's the only woman I loved. My first regret is that she stayed with Joe after Harry was born. The second is I never shed a tear when she died.
Okay. Ever talk to Joe about it?
Did you ever try
So
talking
I think we
to
did the right
Never.
thing. We didn't have to bring that up to
He
Joe.
knew everything, even without knowing it. And he decided to make me pay in his own way.
Is Harry your son?
Do you mean you're Harry's father?
No one will ever know for sure. And it's better that way. And I don't believe I'd have been all that bad as a dad.
Where's Maury Povich when we need him? Okay. All
Goodbye for now,
right.
Mr. Lewis.
So... Oh, there's
Pay
someone.
me a glass and I'll be gentle. Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm
Hello,
not looking
Christina.
for what you're selling.
Oh,
But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor, Dr. Reid.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
good one. Okay, she also is fatigued. What about your health?
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Just trying to help. Your line of work has many health risks.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
What about your client's health?
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Fair enough, I guess. About Clayton Darby's investigation.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Why the skepticism?
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
That's a fair point. Are you talking from experience?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Any personal comment? Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
Okay. I don't judge you.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Fair enough. Are you familiar with Nurse Crane?
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crasionescu.
Ah,
She came from Romania like me.
Crasionescu,
And many
Romania.
others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people
I guess
of
was right
Whitechapel.
about Romania.
Everyone
maybe.
should respect that.
Okay.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of
Crasionescu.
yourself as
That's right.
best you can.
Okay. Interesting. Nobody close here. So let's have a look at the map. If I go here, that will lead me to one of the things. And then one... Okay. So let's just continue here. Can go up there, but what does that help me? What did that do? I mean, okay, I went up there. I showed everyone. Can do a jump. Who was this? Flower bouquet. A small flower bouquet with a voucher for a free medical checkup hidden between the flowers. If you're sick, if you have no money, wherever you are from, come see Dorothea to get help. No tricks, no charges, no question asked. Just find Darius Petrescu's house and present this coupon. Okay. Camellia. Oh, is that Camellia?
Good evening, miss.
Oh,
I'm
interesting.
Dr. Reid. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Oh.
I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly.
Okay.
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it?
I know you're working for Nurse
Amelia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever.
Okay.
Very well. Goodbye then.
Good talk. What a pleasant conversation. Ooh, there's Darius Petrescu's letter. I was just trying to check it for some loot, but we actually found the letter. My dearest, most beloved children, I'm so sorry you have not heard from me for a few months. The situation in London has been difficult. I know it may sound selfish and silly when you, my children, are still living in a country consumed by war. But there's also a war going on here in England. War against poverty and against injustice. This is a war I intend to fight despite my advanced years. This is why I'm writing to you today. I won't be coming back to Romania. That probably means I won't see you again before I die. Don't be sad, my darlings. You are grown up now and you have children of your own. You know the sacrifice we sometimes must accept to make the world a better place. This is one I must make now, to feel useful one more time. I wish you a long and happy life. Kiss my grandchildren for me and remember that your father loves you all the way from this cold, damp country. I am, as ever, your loving father, Darius Petrescu.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Can I enter the church? No. Okay, so he intends to stay here. Anything else? The same message, I would assume. Spring, I can open this, but then we still have to find Richard Nithercott.
I cannot enter.
Maybe from the other side. Let's go around. Okay, so he decides to stay here to help the poor. Maybe supporting like a communist cause even. That may be something that he plans. With Comrade Crane.
Imprisoned by your daily routine.
That priest,
Unable to see the true horror around you.
Can't enter the church. Okay, let's meet with Richie. Uh-oh. Dazzled skull. Okay, we have multiple skulls here. Oh. I thought it would stun him. It clearly didn't. Oh! He's gone. Oh, come on! Let's be cautious. Got him. Okay. What's this? Quarantine, influenza. Keep out of this area by order of Board of Health. Okay. Richie? Are you Richie?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Okay. He has a cold. What are you doing here at night?
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
Not afraid of the epidemic?
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
Okay, that's one way of looking at it. You should avoid exposure.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Okay. Thoughts on the situation in London?
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
I mean, quite a unique point of view.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Your life could be in danger here.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
It is somewhat risky around here.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
Who will help you if you're in danger?
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear Doctor.
I guess so. I mean, I could be his fortune, but... let's see... Why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Afraid to find out the truth about her?
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Fair enough. Do you have any examples?
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles, and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Okay. So, the Mute Florist is a part of
Did you know the Mute Florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir, for it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
Are you not curious?
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
You're a hopeless romantic.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reid.
Okay, so I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
About Dorothy
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
Do you know anything about Darius Petrescu?
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Okay.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Oh, we have a letter here. Dear Mr. Nethercott, thank you for sending your book of poems, songs from the Deafened City, which we found as interesting and profound as we told you the first time we received it. Alas, in the terrible times our country is currently facing, you must understand that such titles would be totally inappropriate for any publication. Thus, since you still refuse to change your title and demand the full publication or none of your work, I'm sorry to announce you that Sycophant Publishing chose the second option. With kindest regards, A.G. Morris. Sycophant Publishing is a good name, I'd say. Wait, is there something shiny? No. This looked like it on the ground. Anything else here in this little backyard? Doesn't seem that way. Did that unlock anything for Camellia?
Hello again, miss.
Tell me about Richard Nethercott.
Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Very well. Goodbye, then.
That's genius, by the way. When you run out of budget to pay voice actors, just add mute characters. No, it's interesting though, honestly. Now that I think about it, I don't remember many just generally mute characters in games. Maybe you have some examples. Okay, well, let me know in the comments below if you can think of some mute characters in video games. Okay, let's find a way to Petrescu's house. But we got a few XP. Also, we picked up some stuff, so I want to see if I can maybe level... Ooh. What's going on here? Can I help you, sir? If I can level up and also maybe craft some potions and treatments for the people. I would like, maybe there's a way, maybe you can let me know about that as well, but I would like if you could kind of pin a recipe, so when I go to a vendor, that I can actually see what kind of ingredients I need for my potions or for the treatments. I just need to write it down. I could always do that. Just so much work. I'm lazy. District status serious. Serious indeed. Okay, let's see. Nothing to analyze. We could Create one for fatigue. For anemia as well. Sepsis. Pneumonia we cannot. We would need one for pneumonia, that I remember. Someone had a bronchitis, I remember that as well. And someone had a cold. So let me get this one. There I need potassium. Fatigue we need as well. Let's get one for anemia as well. Can't hurt to have at least one of the ones that we can craft, right? And I know at least 2 people with fatigue, so let's get 2 there. Now, can I upgrade my Clavarino level 3? I can. Ooh, I like it. Let's do it. I really like the club. So, enhanced handling, decreased stamina consumption. That's pretty good because it actually takes away at 3 stun point. I actually like the stamina consumption, or the decreased stamina consumption, because it is sucking up a lot of stamina. And for level 4 I would need good handle parts. Okay, good to know. Very well. I could... Oh, there we have potassium. That might actually be enough. Let's cycle a few of these. Oops. For the cold. There we go. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So we will be able to help a few people with that. Actually, let me see who we could help. We do have one for fatigue, so we can help Christina. I don't have the recipe for migraine treatment. Could help Albert. Don't have something for bronchitis, but we could help Richard. So we can help quite a few people. Let's actually do that, I think, and do a little doctor run. Fix up some people. There we go. Long loading screen. Okay. There we go. So let's see if we can find a few people to cure. I think Albert was somewhere here, right? That is where we... There. Benjamin. There he is. I'm on the right track.
Not me.
Fatigue. Let's talk to him.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Okay, jeez.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
Oh,
there you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Anything else that we unlocked? No. No. Okay. But he's doing better.
Goodbye, young man.
Now, let's get back to the rest of the group there. We have one more fatigue patient, and we can think so, right? So we can Christina, we can help, and Richard, we can help.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Pay me a glass.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reid?
No, but I'm here to
Do you need
help
any
you.
assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
It's free.
I'm shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
And now, let's visit Richard. I hope I can enter now from this side. Should be, right? I opened the door. Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Nithercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
Here.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
You're welcome, by the
I'll
way.
leave you alone, sir.
Okay, that should help the people. I'm not 100% sure what kind of impact that had, because it doesn't really unlock any dialogue, it seems. But then again, I think it helps with the region status. Increases it to healthy. So that's something. And aside from that, we are a doctor, so I guess we should strive for helping people. That's what we do. Let's go back. I do want to see if I can level up. Got that. And my enthusiasm to help the people. Should be able to upgrade at least something. Let's see what we unlocked. With our weapon we get the stun pretty regularly, so upgrading my bonuses for biting people might be something that is worthwhile, both damage-wise and also the blood consumption and health regen from it. Let's see. Sit down. So, hard biting could be just straight up more damage. We could do both. We could maybe upgrade fast regeneration and the damage. There we go. The next one would be 600, so we couldn't do that, but... Oh, this is also 600 already. Okay. Can't quite do that. Blood capacity might be worth. More bullets or more medical, more serums would be an option, but I don't really use them right now since I mostly use the other healing, the blood healing. So I think blood capacity right now makes more sense for us. Got that, and that is that. Beautiful. Major district events. Yes, the health status. Okay, helped a bunch of people, and we got the region to stable at the very least. Have impacted the borough's economy. The prices and stocks of the merchant in this district may have changed. Oh, interesting. So that is one impact that has. That's cool. Okay, so they are now all a little bit better. We still need to find a recipe for a migraine treatment. And we don't quite have the ingredients for the bronchitis. That's something, but yeah, that's good. But that is also a good time to take a break, and then next time we'll talk to Darius Petrescu once again, now with more information, maybe find out more about what's going on with the communist plot to take over Britain, and also with helping people, and see where that leads us. Thank you all for watching today's episode of Vampyr. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a like, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, share the video with friends, family, and the people on the internet. That all helps me out a whole bunch and will bring you more content in the future. If you want to go the extra mile in supporting the channel, you can also check out the Patreon link down below in the description box, as well as checking out the link to our Discord, where we talk on a daily basis about all kinds of stuff. I will be back with more Vampyr very soon. Until next time, have a great time. Bye bye.